Where do we begin? I'm Wayne.
I'm Trog.
See that? That's Log.
I'm Gur.
And I'm Balp.
That's Balp.
He's
Yep.
Bald.
That's him.
I'm
How and welcome to it. We're here. And
Where do we begin?
our voices are ready and primed. We're about to speak.
I already spoke.
And we're about to speak some more. We're about to give you fresh word juice. Straight from the press.
Straight from the mother's milk.
Straight from the Wi-Fi connected press are these juiced and pureed babies' words.
Yeah, you can squeeze them directly out of liquid.
It's so edible.
It's
and
an
drinkable.
expensive process to squeeze liquid out of liquid, but we take the time and the money to do it for you.
It's organic.
Be grateful.
If you add a third squeezing on there, you just get sand.
I'm
so
sorry.
don't take the process any
sorry.
further.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
You apologize now,
Saying
Balp.
my own name made me zone out. What the fuck is this segue? What are we squeezing?
Juices.
We're squeezing word juice. This is
Our fresh word
we do
juice.
this every day, Balp.
Get a cup ready.
What the fuck?
Slurp.
Get a
There
cup
has
ready
to
and
be a
pull the
better
lever.
way.
Yeah, we do this every time, Balp. We talk about word juice every episode.
Get
We
your
do?
cups ready and pull the lever. Fill her up.
How about instead of this segue that's going nowhere, how about we talk about our interesting lives?
This isn't a segue.
This is the content.
Hey, how about, fuck you, you little bitch. I hope you die.
If I die,
Anyways,
I veto Balp off the podcast.
speaking of word juice, come suckle on this teat as I
No.
tell you my
Nope,
brand
hate that
new
one.
story.
Can we take it? Can we do a
Nope,
different
that's
one?
getting cut.
Do we have to do that one?
You have better ideas?
No, just go.
Speaking of word juice, here's something for you to suck.
Here's the news.
All right, fresh- no,
here's the
do
new
this.
juice.
Say this way.
Say this way.
say this way, yeah.
No, that's a reference.
All right, first glass of word juice coming right at you. So about a week and a half ago, I moved into my very first apartment for the first time in this long life.
Yeah.
I'm living on my own.
You did it.
I'm living the bachelor's life.
Wow.
Did it.
I can't believe
I'm
it.
living the tyrant's life in my second floor throne.
What?
I don't think that's gonna work out.
I think that's
But
gonna work
anyways, yeah, I'm recording this from my brand new room in this brand new abode.
The fan.
The fan went with him.
The fan is gone.
Oh.
No more tick tick tick. None of that.
yeah,
It's
this one's a
all
lot
clean.
nicer.
The audio slurp, smooth.
I
drinking.
messed up the audio with that one.
Yeah.
That's part of why it was there. I did noise gate it and then I just used that wrong file when I edited. Oops.
Yeah, so it wasn't even my fault. So don't talk to me, okay? Okay. Yeah, I'm living here now.
What
it was
are
really
the-
cool. What?
I was gonna say, what are the perks of living there?
Well, one really cool thing is that this apartment complex works closely with like this moving company. So
They just moved your shit in for free?
pretty much
Whoa,
the first 2.5 hours of moving were free for moving into this apartment.
That's
But
sick.
I had only a room's worth of stuff, so they got it done
Ah.
in like an hour and a half.
Well, you gotta fill it with crap now, like everyone here
Well-
does in Boston, and then they all throw their shit away in September, and there's literally free chairs and tables down the street.
I love that.
Well, I have lots of cool box furniture now. I pretty much only use the bedroom and the kitchen. There's like a big living room space that just has like 3 bar stools, 2 tables, and 6 boxes.
Yeah.
For a long time, the centerpiece of that room was a single bar stool with a dress shirt on top of it because I put it there after drying it and I never put it in the closet.
Because the stool had to dress up for his interview.
Yeah, he had to look cool. And he had to look good for me.
Log, you reminded me by saying that you had movers, like most people who move. But you reminded me, when I was younger,
Not me.
I'd moved to Germany, and we had some German movers, as would make sense, and they were moving our shit upstairs and stuff. And I went upstairs to look at what they were doing, because I'm a kid, I'm bored, my computer is still locked away in its box prison. And I'm looking at what they're doing, and there's just these 2 men pulling a dresser back and forth between each other, shouting, boys room, girls room, boys room, girls room. And didn't know where the
What,
fuck
like
the
a
dresser
cartoon?
went.
Wait, were they saying this in English or
Yes.
in German?
English.
They weren't confused. They were just having fun.
What is boy and girl in German? Girl is like Frau, but boy is like what? I don't remember.
Boylan,
Was it possible that they were rehearsing for a one-act play?
called Boys Room, Girls Room.
Yeah, called Boys Room, Girls Room. It's a famous German play. You've never heard about it?
Boys Room, Girls Room. What you gonna do?
I think they were training to get their arms stronger for the next set of families that they had to move because their families were stronger than yours and had much bigger rocks to lift.
They were trying to clip the dresser through the floor.
But I interjected and I was like, yeah, that goes in the girls' room. And the guy who was trying to say it
And
was
it
in the
said
boys'
boys'
room,
room.
he just dropped it and like was pissed off, and the girls' room guy was like smug and laughing at him.
Wow. You just ruined that man's day.
Yeah, and then I made the other guy's day fucking fantastic. It was great.
Better end of the story. You told him girls' room, and he said boys' room, and brought it to the boys' room on by himself.
He said boys' room and threw it at me.
And now Gur's a ghost.
"There's the boy, get him!" And he chucks the dresser at you, overhead slams it into your chest, killing Master Gur.
Tom and Jerry style.
If you die via like getting a dresser dropped on you, is your ghost like trapped inside of that dresser now? Like you haunt that dresser forever? And whenever people open up the drawers, you like fly out and give them a scare?
Cool idea for a story. That exact situation, someone Tom and Jerry throws a dresser at you and you die, and you haunt the dresser and the clothes within it, and someone puts on the clothes, and then like the person is wearing you as clothes as a ghost.
Can you control them?
You know, that there's already a book on that, you know?
What's it called?
Flat Stanley's Final Sacrifice.
Yes. Of course.
That's the sequel to Flatland. It's intense.
No, it's the sequel to Flat Stanley, you fucker.
What?
Flat Stanley's from Flatland, right?
Oh.
Yeah, Flat Stanley's from Flatland, in the world where he's the only flat person
Where the world
ever.
he comes from Flatland where everyone is flat. He's brought through a wormhole
No, he's
at
a
the beginning
child
of the
and
book.
he's squished.
No.
He's squished by a
They
board.
retconned that. They retconned that in the third book.
Oh.
What's that one called?
That
Flat
one's
Stanley's oral sacrifice.
Oh no!
that one's not for kids.
No, it's not. It's what? You pervert. It's not for sexual. It's fucking, or like he eats bad food.
Well, it's a good thing that it's not for sexual because you get paper cuts.
Oh jeez.
Okay, but for real. Flat
I love
Stanley
Flat
should have.
Stanley.
Flat Stanley should have died.
Like you wanted him to, or it was circumstantial?
I don't think you're gonna find any debate for this topic here.
Yeah, because you all agree. Everyone agrees. Flat
Everyone
Stanley
agrees
should be
Flat
dead.
Stanley should have died. That's a one hut. Like they throw out, they put that question on the fucking survey whenever you have to say like your age and your gender and stuff. Should Flat Stanley have died? And 100% people say yes. You'd get 100 points on Family Feud for that question.
What if you say no?
All right, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel called Book Fails, and my first video is gonna be testing could Flat Stanley be real? And I drop a poster board on my son, and he does not become flat, and immediately I've debunked this awful series.
We need to stop feeding our children lies.
Is that the only thing you're gonna test?
All right, who wants to drop the next Flat Stanley burn? Who wants to fucking rip this
Fucking
book
flat
open?
bitch.
Yeah, don't even like insult a particular aspect of him. Let's just
No.
call him a bitch.
He's a flat asshole.
Fuck you, Flat Stanley. You flat motherfucker.
Flat Stanley, you dumbass.
He doesn't have
Don't even have 3 dimension.
he doesn't have any real paper powers, right? You can't like hole punch him and put him in a binder.
He can
or
like
anything.
fit
He'll just die.
through. He can fit through small places. You could fold him, probably.
You flat sucker. Why not get 3D, dumbass?
I got sent a picture because my family was military. I got sent a picture of somebody strapping Flat Stanley to a bomb. I'm not kidding.
Sick. I'm glad he's dead.
Good.
So Flat Stanley is canonically dead. He died in the Afghan war.
When I was a kid, I really liked Flat Stanley. And each Flat Stanley book, the last page was just like a picture of Stanley that you could cut out and play with. And I did that. And, you know, thinking back about that, I also did that with there was a Paper Mario ad that was like, cut him out and you get a free
It was
demo.
a free
And I
demo,
like,
yeah.
and like, I did cut him out and I played with him. And I realized that I miss being able to be so easily entertained that I could play with a piece of paper with a picture of a person on it.
Yeah,
Like-
now you just sit around making silly sounds to entertain yourself. How complex.
Actually, I'm gonna go print out a picture. I'm gonna go print out a picture of Mario and cut it out right now.
I think
I wish I had a
I have a
printer.
question about Flat Stanley. This is the Flat Stanley podcast now. I have a question about Flat Stanley. It's been a long time since I've read that book. Does he not return to his normal proportions at the end of the
I
book?
can't remember.
Is
I
he
never read the
flat
book.
forever? Is that his fate? Is the final book Flat
I think
Stanley's
this is
final
like a Men in
fate?
Black type situation.
This is some like I'm an immigrant shit happening. I thought Flat Stanley's final sacrifice was just a joke that we came up with. Is this an actual line of books?
No, it's not called Flat Stanley's Final Sacrifice. But it's
Flat Stanley is like a book that every 6-year-old
Yeah.
child reads
I
in the
didn't
United
read 'em.
States.
I didn't read them either.
It is a book. Okay, Bow, because you probably have not been getting our jokes. Flat Stanley is a book about a child who puts up a new poster board, and then it falls on him, and instead of killing him, he becomes flat and can get through doors. And what the fuck was that book about?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
If I recall correctly, he becomes a kite.
Doesn't he like put himself in a letter?
He falls through a sewer grate.
Does he fall
He
through
falls
a sewer grate? I don't remember that.
He falls through a sewer grate, and then he hides inside the frame of a painting at an art museum and catches art thieves.
Oh, I know how. Okay, it ends where he gets a bike pump stuck in him and he gets inflated.
Okay,
How did that happen?
talking about Flat Stanley again. If Flat Stanley was not a picture book, you could have told me that it was written by like fucking Kafka or something, and I would believe you. It sounds horrific.
Kafka wrote like adventure serials of a flat man who hides in museums and catches thieves. If
How did he get a
if a
bike
two-dimensional
pump stuck in
man was like, "Hey, stop right there, you art thief," like, what would he do to me? I have a whole dimension over him. Like,
give you
forget
paper
being
cuts.
stronger. Like, if you're stronger than someone, it's like, oh shit. It's like, I have a full dimension over you. I
Well,
can
no,
walk through you, probably.
He would just turn sideways and pull out a gun so that you couldn't
But
see
it'd
him
be a
anymore, and then he'd shoot
two-dimensional
you.
gun that shoot two-dimensional bullets.
He would also flatten a gun.
No, he can still grab things.
No, but he would flatten the
that
gun and
work?
flatten the bullets so that
The
you
flat
can't see
bullet.
him.
Oh God.
If Flat Stanley spots you, he throws a dresser at you full force, and then you turn into Flat Stanley.
It's the Flat Stanley curse.
Flat Stanley's weapon of choice would only be flat weapons, so shurikens,
Swords.
knives, swords. No, swords are not flat because they got the handle.
Katanas.
Yeah.
Yo, I bought like the strongest knife ever.
That's a
to
very
cook my
this is a
meals.
very good question. This is like something out of like a comic book or like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something. Like, what would it feel like to be hurt in 2 dimensions but not the third?
What?
Like
would-
getting a
You
paper
would-
cut.
Yeah.
No, that's a 3D injury. What is a 2-dimensional injury
I'm
like?
not even.
Balp, okay, what's a 2D injury, Balp?
I'm not, Balb. I'm not understanding your question. I don't know what you're asking.
Why don't you explain?
Imagine someone like a bad guy whose superpower is he can injure you in the first and second dimension.
That doesn't
but not
mean
the
anything.
third.
Doesn't mean
Balb, you have to
anything,
tell us
Balp.
what that means so we can answer your
So
question.
they can harm you, but only when it comes to length and width, but not height.
It doesn't mean anything.
So he just takes chunks out of you like you're a fucking cross section? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
but
know,
no,
man.
but like it'd be a
Wasn't that a
perfect.
scene in Cabin in the Woods?
He just extends a pole at you. He has a Sun Wukong pole that he extends at you in a straight
No,
line.
that's still a 3-dimensional object.
So far, we have multiple powers for our perfect supervillain. He can damage you on the X and Y plane, but not the Z plane.
Right.
And he can then rapture you.
yeah.
All right. What other powers does the ultimate villain have?
He has the strongest kitchen knife.
That's not a power. That's a possession. I could have that.
Why do you need that if you could rapture people?
It's enough for a superhero or a supervillain.
What does he do with it?
Joker has no powers, and he's like.
Does he have the intellect to have that, to use that knife?
He can puncture any unopenable packet of sauce. Like
Then I
it's not-
shoot him
shit.
and he's dead.
Uh,
And then I'm the hero. What's up, Trog?
You think he's dead, but in fact he just silently broke open a packet of ketchup and squirted it.
Oh my, what? The dastardly villain.
Hey, talking about like superheroes
Trog
and
was
stuff.
going to talk, but okay.
Oh, too
Well,
late
it's
for
too late
that.
now.
I butt in.
It's too late.
I was on the
just
train
gonna,
with
I
my.
was just gonna say poop jump.
I was on the train with my. I was on the train with my friend Mike. We were talking about X-Men because he knew more about X-Men than me. I thought about it, I was like, isn't Nightcrawler the strongest X-Men with the ability to teleport? And he's like, yeah, he's one of the strongest. I was like, no, he should be the strongest because he could literally just teleport somewhere, shoot you, and then teleport away, and then you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. And Mike
then you're
said,
Wolverine, and you poop the bullet out of your skin with your fucking adamantanium powers.
but then Wolverine wouldn't be able to catch him. Point is,
That sounds more like a stalemate.
Nightcrawler just bullies Wolverine by teleporting up to him, shooting him, teleporting away, and then doing it again 5 minutes later.
Over and over.
that should canonically make him like one of the strongest X-Men. Like, if he was fast enough, he could even catch like Magneto off guard and just like kill him before
Can he
can
teleport
react.
weapons though? I don't think he can. I'm pretty
What?
sure he can.
He
like,
can.
If he was holding
He
something
could-
and he teleported, he would drop it.
He could bring his clothes with him.
Yeah, but that's like special X-Men clothes.
No,
So he makes a special X-Men gun.
dude, in the X-Men movies, he just wearing he wears like a jean. He wears jeans and cargo pants and shit like
There's
that.
special X-Men gene.
Special X-Men cargo pants. I need to get to the point.
This is a dumb story because the strongest X-Man is the Flash.
You didn't let me get to the point. Mike was like, "Oh, he doesn't do that because he's religious."
What?
That's the canon
why?
reason why.
Oh, he doesn't want to kill people?
Yeah.
All right.
So then I said, "All right, we'll tone it down. What if he just had a taser?"
You just pop in front of somebody and tase them.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't work on Magneto.
That's true, but if you're not willing to bring a gun or like a sword or anything, like pickers can't be choosers.
Well, a gun wouldn't work on Magneto either.
It also wouldn't work on Static Shock.
Static Shock was not an X-Men.
What if you give him a syringe filled with like sedative?
That's so obtuse. That's
Just bring a wooden gun. Fuck
You would
it.
just quietly pop in behind. What?
A wooden gun.
Yeah.
No, you tricked me.
My only weakness, wood.
Man, they had no ideas back in the 60s when it came to superheroes.
I think they
No,
had
no,
lots
they
of
did
ideas.
because that was the first idea. Like
Yeah.
they weren't having ideas prior to that, so they could just get away with like, oh my god, there's a gorilla. Oh,
Ideas didn't exist before the 1960s.
There was like no concept of like forethought back then, I guess.
No, it was fucking rags made to sell to children.
Hey, boss! Hey, Mr. Jeremy, the boss of Marvel cartoons.
yeah,
from the
Jeremy,
60s.
the boss of
Hey,
Marvel.
Hey, we got halfway through this episode about Magneto versus the Fantastic Four. Once he figures out the gun is wooden, what stops him from throwing all the cars at everybody and winning?
He's religious.
that is truly. I think about that all the time because that is truly just like the stupidest thing. He's literally like he's just like, I have been bested. I will no longer attempt to fight, for I have been tricked.
He lost.
And I am Magneto, a fool.
Yeah, if it was like Magneto from the movies, he'd like immediately flip out and just start like ripping cars in half.
He would get in the car with the cops and then crush everyone in the car except him from the fucking inside.
and then blow it up.
Magneto's cool. I don't like comics, but I think Magneto's cool.
Magneto is cool. He
Disruptor.
has a cool superpower.
That's why I like him.
I watched like
Marvel.
one of those generic like nerdy sciencey videos on YouTube. It was so the like channel
Is
that, like-
Magneto real?
No, it wasn't like one of those. It was a little more like actually educational. It was like if
I
Magneto
put a
actually
magnet on my
had-
fridge and it stuck.
No, it was like if you had actual powers like Magneto, what would be like some of the shit you could pull? And like one of the things they said is Magneto could, if he just had like train tracks with like nothing in his way, he could start running on the train tracks and travel near the speed of light.
They should do
That's
that.
actually fucking cool.
I would love to see that in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, that's why Magneto's
Old-ass
so
man.
cool. Like magnetism is a cool power. Like its only limiter is how like smart you are, really.
Hey, how come Magneto in the movies never does a gravity squeeze?
Gravity squeeze. It'd be
And
too
that
good.
was enough.
No, I bet he
that
does.
was enough of a video game reference to start talking about video
I
games.
bet he does a
So
gravity
it's-
squeeze. There's no way he doesn't do a gravity squeeze.
He doesn't
He
do a
rips the
gravity
iron
squeeze
out of
'cause-
someone's butt.
because he doesn't say you are defeated.
I mean, he doesn't
at
say the
any point
lines
during the movie
because the world is not as good as we would like it to be, and movie characters do not say their moves like video game characters.
If only.
I want that to be a real life construct. Special moves need to be real.
Gun.
Yeah, but anyways, we talked about a video game just now,
We did.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Sure did.
Oh.
And now we're going to talk about more video games. First one I want to talk about is Soul Calibur 6. Did you guys see the videos?
I just saw a GIF Mira posted of a wizard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is a
so
wizard.
They announced they like showed a story mode trailer for the first time, and like the big bad guy is just this wizard looking dude that shoots swords.
You know, I'm gonna say doesn't look like a wizard, does look like a warlock or maybe a sorcerer.
Yeah, I think a mystic of some kind.
He has like he doesn't have a discernible weapon, which I think is cool in a game like Soul Calibur, because it probably means he's gonna have some crazy shit.
Does he do some Noctis shit? Like he spawns weapons?
No.
You said he shoots swords.
Yeah, he like creates a bunch of laser swords.
The only thing in the trailer is like he like spawns a bunch of knives that start shooting at a character in a cutscene, so who knows how that'll translate into gameplay. But it seems cool.
I did notice something about Street Fighter, like they're getting the president of Earth or something.
They have the president.
I don't
over.
give a shit about Street Fighter 5. Let's talk about Soul Calibur 6 though.
Let's move on.
You can see where the biases lie in the people who play fighting games. in this
I
podcast.
pass on all of it. I'm not a fighting game man.
You know how it is. Me, Wayne, and Trog, we all played a bunch of Street Fighter 4. We had 6-player lobbies running every night practically, just having a fun old time. Street Fighter 5 came out and it just killed everything for us. So, you know, that sucks. Moving on, we got better games now. Or maybe worse games, because also Soul Calibur 6, they came out with a trailer for Tira. You know, the character with like the circle.
Hula hoop.
The attacks with the circle. Yeah, the bladed hula hoop. The very first thing it goes, you know how they do the intros for all the trailers where it just like shows the picture of the two swords? It goes like, it does that, except it also says DLC.
Yeah, that I was really bummed about. I'm like, really? Like,
wait, they announced
fucking like they. It's nothing to be surprised about.
It's not surprising. It's just upsetting. Like,
disappointing.
I mean,
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna buy the season pass anyways.
Day 1 DLC is bullshit. I'm not gonna.
Here's the bitch move. I'm gonna say Tira is a pre-order bonus, but not for the game.
Wait, what?
Tira is a pre-order bonus for the season pass.
Why can you pre-order a season pass? Would a season pass not just be immediately available?
Wait. You don't get her? You don't get her if you buy the season pass?
So, Tekken 7, Eliza was a pre-order bonus that wasn't included in the season pass. So maybe Tira is the same thing.
No, I could have sworn she was. I have Eliza.
Bizarre.
No, it was like a pre-order thing. It was some pre-order shit. She's not included in the season pass.
What the?
Yeah, it's really confusing. They got like Japanese PR on deck, making it extremely vague. They refer to Tira as a bonus character rather than a DLC character.
Here's a bonus you can pay for.
I'm not sure if that means that she's not part of the season pass by default or what. All I know is I'm not buying a season pass before I know what's in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll buy the Tekken 7 season pass because the 3 characters that they've already announced are characters that I want to try, and 3 characters together cost the same as the season pass anyway.
So hold up.
But Soul Calibur 6's season pass is going to have 3 characters that we don't know, and maybe Tira, or maybe Tira is a bonus character. Who knows? I'm not fucking buying
For pre-ordering the season pass. But if I buy the season pass without pre-ordering it, I won't get here. Nice.
You may not get her.
That's smart.
It's not clear.
It's gonna be rare DLC. Not everyone can buy it.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck it. At this point, just make it a loot box.
Exclusive.
It's a loot box, and if you get the role that gets you Tira, you have to buy it. Like, it's like, okay, here's the button to buy Tira in the loot box. Hey, let's talk about Negan.
I don't want to talk about Negan. I actually don't have anything to say about Negan because I've never seen that show.
No more context for Negan. If you don't know what that is, too late.
Quick question. I'm a little confused. I have Tekken 7. I don't have any of the DLC. I just have the base game. How do I get Eliza?
You buy her.
Okay, so she's not like locked away as a pre-order thing. Okay.
No, they would never do that. That would be bullshit.
There's
a
no
pre-order
way.
character that you could only get as pre-order and
Nobody
not buy
would do
later.
that. Nobody would do that.
No. Capcom would do that. I bet Capcom would do that with Marvel Infinite too, if that would ever be a thing.
The thing I want to point, the thing that I'm like super worried about with like these fighting game companies is like Capcom especially. It's like a slippery slope for like the shit they're willing to pull.
Bamco actually did that. Bamco
With
did
what?
that.
For what game?
The first Xenoverse.
Really?
Well, that doesn't matter.
That's not a fighting game.
No,
but-
I'm just saying, though, it's like you said nobody, but that's somebody.
No, it matters. It's this shit like this sets a precedent.
Yeah, and they didn't do it ever again.
It's bad for the kind of games, like the thing with Xenoverse is like, okay, yeah, you don't get that character, but like, you don't have to practice against specific Xenoverse characters.
That is
like,
I know.
that is true, but like I don't know. I feel like companies love to test the waters with this shit, and because some person's gonna be like, well, they didn't care with Xenoverse, so let's try it with our next game.
God forbid they do it, and then it's like, oh well, let's try it. Like we'll put in like a pre-order only boss for the new Dark Souls game or some shit like that.
That would be weird.
That'd
be really bizarre.
Yeah, it's just like you pre-order the game and you walk like into a certain area and there's a boss,
That's
and if
right
you
at the
don't, that
beginning.
area is still there, but it's empty. They just didn't put it there.
There's nothing at all.
Yeah. There's just nothing there. There's a sign that says, should have bought it.
No, there's a sign that says pre-order now.
Pre-order now, even though it's too late to pre-order because you're playing the game.
You click the sign and it plays like a trailer for the DLC.
That
Oh,
reminds
God.
me of Nier Automata, where like at certain parts of the map, I thought it was something I had to unlock, but there'd be robots that'd be like, "Sorry, there's nothing here. Go away." And those were the DLC areas that were like
Yeah,
added to the
yeah.
game later.
Let's talk about Monster Hunter for the next 2 hours.
Yeah,
Does everybody want to do that?
we've all been playing Monster Hunter.
Where do we begin?
Yeah, where do we begin?
We have all been playing Monster Hunter World. Some of us have already played it on the PS4, but Gur and Balp are both playing it for the first time on PC. And I think, well, here's the thing. So Monster Hunter World is out now. It's been out for like,
Yeah.
what, a week and a half. In
Yeah.
1 week from when we're recording this, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate will come out. And I think I've decided that I need to spend however, it's like $300 for a Switch or something. I think I'm going to end up
$360?
I think I just am going to end up dropping $300 just to play Monster Hunter on the Switch, just like how on the Wii U I dropped however much money that was just to play 3U.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got other games out of the Wii U though.
Well, the good thing about the Switch is that there are going to be a lot more Switch games.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. At least that's a good purchase.
it's gonna give me a reason to touch my Switch.
There really
I
hasn't been a
literally-
lot for that console in a while, yeah.
I have not touched my Switch since PAX East. I played it in the hotel room and I haven't used it then. It's been sitting in the exact same spot
Yeah.
on my shelf on the right since PAX. And I don't know why. I have
They
games-
haven't released
like-
anything, that's why.
No,
there
but
was
the thing
Mario,
the
there
thing
was
is
Zelda.
I didn't finish Mario or Zelda. And
Well-
I just
Yeah,
haven't touched it.
same thing with me. I never beat Bayonetta 2.
Here's the reason why, is you're so used to using a computer for your games. It's
Yeah.
like, why would I get up and grab something else to play a video game when I could just stay right here?
I don't have to get up. I just have to reach my right arm up a little bit.
That's still too much effort for you because you're used to a computer. I've literally could reach my arm over and grab my fucking
but I have to
Xbox
navigate
controller.
the menus.
I don't have a Switch right now, but the thing that I like about the Switch is that it is like I think bar none, it's the best portable console portable handheld, whatever you want to call it, that's ever been released, right? Like
Yeah.
there's no doubt about that. Like there's nothing that comes even close to it.
Yeah, so Monster Hunter 3U was my first Monster Hunter game, a game I played the shit out of. And my favorite part about that game was being able to play it entirely on the Wii U pad.
Yeah.
And this is just the same thing.
But better.
But
like-
better. Yeah.
Monster Hunter 3U was like, it was a 3DS game ported to a Wii U. Looked like shit. It was just like, it was not really, they didn't do much to it to make it work for the Wii U. But this is, I can't wait. I thought I didn't, but I think I'm gonna get
See,
it.
here's what I did.
I'm gonna have a hard time balancing this shit because I want to keep playing World.
Well, you're almost.
don't
I'll
know.
be honest. Here's what I kind of wanted to talk about involving World is that here's the problem with Monster Hunter World. As somebody who's played it before a lot, they released the PC version without any of the extra content that the PS4 version has. And at first, I was like, okay, I can deal with that. That sucks. Obviously, I would rather it launch with more content, but it's okay. But now that I've played through basically the entire game and I'm at the point now where I've unlocked all the content and I'm like, well, there's nothing left for me to do now until they actually release more monsters for the PC version. So I don't know. I just think it's a really weird decision for them to make where it's like, all right, we're going to sell you Monster Hunter on PC finally, but it's not going to come with anything.
What is Capcom's rationale for that? Like, as far as multiplayer games goes, like, the more content you have, the better, because you're trying to get people to stay
I
playing
doubt
the
that
game.
was Capcom's decision, honestly.
Well, I think it was.
Whose decision was it?
Yeah, whose else's decision would be?
The actual
monsters.
developers.
The monsters.
I mean,
They're
it's
not
true.
ready.
That's another thing to point out with the PC release is that it is, and don't get me wrong, I fucking love Monster Hunter World. I've played it for, I think, 90 hours now, so, like, I'm allowed to talk shit on it, but the PC port has been plagued with technical issues, and it's been
Yeah.
out for, like, what? I want to say almost 2 weeks now? Almost 3? I don't even remember. And it's still broken in a lot of ways that they have yet to address.
Yeah, it's been half a year on this PC port that like fucking pile bunkers your CPU
Yeah.
into the dirt.
It's true. It has problems, but let's play a game. Everyone open up your Steam library and read how many hours you have
Yeah,
on the game.
no, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Like, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Monster Hunter World. I think if you are in, I think this is the perfect game to get into Monster Hunter. I think if you've never tried the series before, but you're into third-person action games that have like a good grinding to them, like not a monotonous grind, but like an actual fun grind. I think if you're into like resource gathering and stuff like that and min-maxing builds, absolutely pick up Monster Hunter World, no questions asked.
I have 24 hours.
I don't even know how to get to mine.
Balp,
34.
Log,
36.
me, 65,
How do I even get to it?
Trog.
Go to
Wait,
your
hang on.
profile and look.
Okay, yeah, I have 89 hours on Monster
Oh
Hunter
my
World,
God.
so like
I'm like 20% ashamed of 65, and you have so much.
I will not lie. Monster Hunter World is, or not Monster Hunter World, the Monster Hunter series is at this point in my life probably my favorite game series of all time.
I don't know. I'm so indecisive that I can't say that for sure, but it is way up there. I've logged out of any video game ever, the game I've logged the most hours into is probably still Dota 2. Not happy about that. I'd probably take that back and put
I'm happy about that.
if I could put hey Balb, if I could put 3,300 hours into like practicing the piano, if I could just like reallocate the
Yeah.
fucking like resources of that time,
Yeah.
I would be so much better off than having played Dota for 33.
See, here's the thing. If you enjoyed playing the piano, you would have done that already. So the way I see it is like,
No, I do enjoy playing the piano, but I have executive dysfunction.
Now I'm like thinking about somebody playing the piano, like how they play Dota, so they like get halfway through a song and fuck up and just get really pissed and start breaking all the keys.
Fuck! Should have played C, man.
Should have played C.
Should have played
Fuck.
C.
When are we getting competitive, like
Beethoven's got my battle chest.
competitive multiplayer piano? 5 people sitting at the same keys trying to play the same song.
That probably already exists.
Mom, get out! I'm playing a concerto.
So is it like 5 people are sitting at the same keys playing the same song? Are
Yeah.
they like
They're all trying to work together to play the same song.
once a minute you can slap the other player's hands to mess
No,
them
they're
up?
working together to play the same song.
yeah,
said
yeah, yeah. It's like
competitive.
Dota.
Yeah, it's competitive
Oh, you
against
mean so
another
it's
piano.
5v5?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
5v5 piano.
So imagine a battle of the bands where there's a modified piano that seats 5 people, and the bands go up and they play songs, and there's like an audience that votes who won it, and that's how it's done.
Yeah.
No, it's a piano, except there's keys on 2 sides, and there's enough keys for 5 people on each side. Also, the mallets are strapped together at the ends, so you have to fight.
You have to
the
press
other
the
person
key
to use
harder
them.
than the other team.
Could you imagine someone going AFK during that?
They just go into a stupor.
Hold on, guys, I'll be AFK, and they just pass out.
So wait, the mallets the mallets are tied together and each team is matching each other so hard that you just don't hear any notes because no one is able to actually hit it in time. And then at finally someone like manages to hit the fucking note and you just hear ding. Like you're there for 2 hours, you hear one note.
Ah, niñolata!
All right.
That makes no sense to anybody that doesn't play Dota.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know. I'm lost.
It's
so.
all right. It's all good.
It didn't make sense to me for about 10 seconds. 10 seconds didn't pass in that time.
Yeah, I don't play that game.
It's okay. It's Rat Boy.
Niño Rata.
It's Rat Boy.
Genius?
Let's talk about the video we watched just before this podcast of the dude
my
playing
God.
CS:GO
I don't even know
and
if we need-
blowing up his keyboard.
Multiple times.
I don't know if we need to discuss that.
That'll be linked in the
It's
description.
really good, though.
We don't have anything to say. I'm just gonna link it in the description.
I think last time we just said, like, watch the Bardonic ramen video, so that I guess that'll be a thing where we'll just say, go watch a video, and we'll put it in the description.
It's video of the day.
Video of the day for a podcast that's like once a month.
Video of the week.
Yeah, you know. Video of the time. Video of the times. That's what it's going to be called.
Video of the times.
Video of your time.
Yeah.
Whatever time it is for you, whatever day, month, year, century,
Best video ever.
just watch
Yeah.
it.
All right, we're going to answer some questions from the Discord now, and we're going to start with a question from Gringus Greatlove, who says, or who asks, what is some obscure piece of media that stuck with you? I remember playing Asterix and Obelix XXL 1 and 2 as a kid and loving them, but you won't find those anywhere. And he's right, because I have no idea what he's talking about.
What is that?
I have to jump on this immediately because I literally just thought about this yesterday. When I was young and we had a PlayStation 1 and that was still the hot new item, my dad had a game for it and it was just, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like an Aerosmith game
What?
where you like attacked enemies with CDs.
Whoa, hang on.
And there was a boss that was like a massive jelly.
I've heard of this. I've absolutely heard of this.
What the hell? Were you playing? You were playing as Aerosmith?
Was this on the
I
SNES?
think you were. I just said PlayStation, my friend.
Oh, my bad.
Dude, this game sounds awesome.
It was
But it probably
awesome. I
plays
loved
like
it, but I
shit.
can't remember shit. I remember it being rad as hell because it was like it played like you know those games that are at arcades where you have a light gun, except it was with a controller instead.
Oh.
So it does play like shit.
It was fun. I liked it.
When I was a kid, my dad had a lot of CDs and a lot of DVDs, and we used to have this just giant, like, do you remember like the like zipped up like books that you could just fill with CD sleeves?
Yeah,
Like,
I have
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I still have one in my living room.
yeah, my dad had one of those, and it was just full of all kinds of goodies and whatnot.
Gizmos.
Goodies and
gadgets.
gizmos.
Any naughty videos?
Of course not. I was 4.
That happened to me.
Help. The
Oh
but
no.
oh, I have a little story about something naughty, like not fuck, whatever. I don't
We'll
know.
save that for later.
Yeah, I got a naughty story. So one of the games in this zip up CD sleeve book was it was called like Water Slide Blast or Water Slide Heaven or
What?
Water Slide. I think it was called Water Slide World, and it was a PC game, and it was just like you would pick a kid and you'd go down a water slide. And it was like so much fun. All you did was just move left and right, I'm pretty sure, to like grab stuff. And you could like increase your speed. And you'd go up and down these crazy water slides. And I think the gameplay was probably ass, but I loved it because it was just like, I was a kid and I was like, I want to ride a water slide. I'm going to play Water Slide World instead. But the one thing I'll never forget about it is at the end of the level, like, if you didn't do good enough, you would ride your water slide into a black hole and the child would be gone.
What?
That's how the real world works, man.
Not like violently. It wasn't like game over. It was just like I remember like at the end of the water slide, you could either go into the pool or ride into a black hole. I remember that specifically.
Oh.
Which would you choose?
Yeah.
Black hole.
Yeah.
If it didn't
definitely.
kill me, if there was a sign on the ride that said there's a black hole at the end, don't worry, you won't die. It's just fun. I would go in.
That sounds
have
like
to
a trick
assure
if I
me.
ever heard one.
Well, I mean, if there's a black hole at the end of the water slide, you're already dead because it's a black hole. And the
No,
Earth
it's just a
would be
really
gone.
small one. It's okay.
So I kind of got two. One of them's kind of a all-encompassing one for all of us. So I'll start with the one.
I hope
that's
it's
just
not the
me.
one I was going to say.
I played, well, I guess we'll see. Anyways, so whenever I was a kid, I had One Piece Grand Battle for the GameCube. I played it a lot. It was just like a top-down arena fighter where you played as One Piece characters. And I didn't really watch a lot of One Piece as a child because it only aired on Toonami at like 9 p.m. or whatever, and I was too busy doing kid things to watch it at a scheduled time. But I had that game, and it had the characters in it, and I had fun playing it. I knew the cheat codes to unlock all the characters. And now that I think about it, as like somebody who's now read every single chapter of One Piece and is just like a really big fan of it, The thing that really stuck with me is that I just remember Zoro doing a bunch of moves that he never had. Like, I remember you would like pick up a diamond and you gain access to your special move, and like the special moves would be like cinematics that were actually like moves from the series and stuff. But the opener that would get you into the cinematic were just bullshit. And I remember specifically, and I remember thinking about this earlier today even, Zoro, whenever he would pick up the diamond and activate his super, he would just go crab grab, Dragon Twister, Bull Charge, and then he would do his actual moves. And like Dragon Twister's a real move, but I have no idea what the fuck they were thinking.
Corn Punch.
Crab grab?
Crab grab, yeah, and it would make a picture of a crab
Wow.
on screen.
Hyper realistic, and it would take up the screen for 3 hours.
And then blood
Dice
came out of
roll,
my TV.
Funny slam.
And then
Ultimate
Luffy looked at me
crying.
and said, "You will die in 45 seconds."
But for whatever reason, I just think about crab grab like
Silly
once a
slap.
week.
That's a good term.
Was this a 4Kids endorsed game?
Probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was such a 4Kids endorsed game that it was like fucked up for the US release. The Japanese version had Afro Luffy, Enel, Aokiji, and like Foxy and stuff. And those just like weren't in the game.
They cut it out because it wasn't in the American version.
Yeah, they advertised the game with Afro Luffy, and then it came out, and he just wasn't part of it.
It's bizarre.
Nice.
Did it have 4Kids
Yeah.
voices?
Um,
Oh,
yeah.
So you had Sanji, who sounded like this.
yeah,
Next shot.
that's another one I remember. Whenever Sanji had to fight a female character, he would just go like, "Oh, I can't stop. What have I done?"
That's fucked up. You can't put that in a
I
game.
can't stop. What have I done?
Whenever he would do his combos, yeah,
That's
that was just
fucked.
what he would say.
That's really funny.
It's no good.
But yeah, the other one that I think like is true for all of us is King's Quest V.
Oh, yeah, King's Quest V is great.
More people than there really should be are aware of King's Quest V just because like
Yeah.
Retsupre went through it and stuff. We watched one video. and I think
It's
like a
Rev
Vine Sauce
from
video even.
from Vinesauce. So it's not super obscure.
It's not super obscure, but it is like old media that nobody really like thinks about usually.
That has completely been ingrained in our brains. We reference this shit like all the time.
Yeah, that video, it's basically King's Quest V, but all of the audio files fucked up and play at the wrong times.
They've been completely scrambled. They all still work.
But they play in the wrong place.
Yeah, it'll just like play a stream of random audio files to fill up the amount of time that they're supposed to be audio at any given point. And it's just like filled with so much good stuff. There's so many good lines in King's Quest V, and they're even better whenever they say them at the wrong time.
They're just completely removed from all context. It's just great.
Graham just like walks up to a squirrel and says, "Will a gold coin do? Will a gold needle do?"
No, the squirrel says it to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it says it to him in his voice, and it's just like I feel like we just constantly say to each other, "Will a gold coin do? Will
We
a
It
need
gold
one
presents-
gold coin.
It costs 1 gold coin to see Madamushka.
and just like no more for today," and then a death
The-
scream.
The fucking it's not only just great lines out of context, it's just like great ideas. Multiple characters describe Graham's death to him. Like, too bad. Graham's swimming skills were no match for the mighty river. Like, that happens multiple times.
And then the fucking finale where a person just punches a hole in a rock.
It's
and
like a
comes and,
frail woman.
peers through. Yeah, just like a woman peers through a hole in a wall, and just like a portrait of her shows up for a split second and just says, "Graham."
And then leaves. Oh,
She sticks her head in the wall, does that, and then pulls it back in.
It's a little bit more known than like the super obscure shit, but I don't know how many communities you'll find out there where people will just say to each other, "Will a gold coin do?"
If you've never seen it, go on YouTube, look up King's Quit audio swap, and it'll come up immediately. It's very easy to find. It's not that obscure.
Yeah. All
It's
right,
my
now it's
turn?
Trog time.
Okay,
Trog,
well-
go.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say mine. I don't know how deep we'll get into it because I think that we've all talked about maybe doing something with this at some point in the future. We just haven't got around to it. But
I wouldn't even talk about it.
I
honestly.
have to. I don't. That's like that is the answer to the question
But
for
then
me.
people are gonna look it up, and they're
Oh,
not gonna
no.
be revealed. You can't
You
reveal
can't.
it. We all know what he's saying.
I know what you're saying now, and you can't.
Really?
I don't.
Because it'll come to them in such a greater fashion. We should do
if
that
we
soon.
actually do it, you have to promise me that we'll actually do something then.
Absolutely. I've been wanting to do that forever. Arag needs to get a better mic first.
All right, well then come back to me because I need to come up with something else to answer this question with.
Bob, do you have one?
Yeah, I have a ton. This is like obscure media is like my life. I love like crap. I love crap. I love consuming digital crap. I'll put digital in front so people don't get any wrong ideas.
You already just said I love crap.
Yeah,
that can be ISO'd.
I love crap.
But yeah,
He's gonna
no.
edit it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit myself saying I love crap. Oh no!
Yeah, get him.
No. Like one of my favorite bands, Devo, they have like their tendrils in like everything. They like Devo
Gross.
and or Mark Mothersbaugh have just worked on everything. Like you'll find Devo or like Mark Mothersbaugh in particular's name on like a whole bunch of stuff. Like he did the soundtrack for Thor Ragnarok. He did the music for Pee-wee's Playhouse. He like did the music for like Jack and Daxter. Like everything. Like every like Rugrats. Like everything. There's this period in like I think the late 80s, early 90s where like I guess Devo wasn't doing so great. And so they just like, I want to say they took advantage of it and just like did weird stuff. They wrote a song for like a movie called like Dr. Detroit or something like that. And like the song they wrote for is not like super good, but like it's catchy and it's like dumb. I like it. They also made a game, like Devo made a game called Smart Patrol, and like that I want to find like a legit copy and play it, or like find a way to download and play it, because it's a game where you play as this band called like the Smart Patrol, I think, and like your goal is to rescue Devo, which has been kidnapped. Like your goal is to rescue the band, and they like wrote original music for like Devo wrote original music for the game as the Smart Patrol themselves, or like some weird shit like that. So yeah, there's that. I need to find that game and play it. And like growing up, whenever a relative would go to China, they would always bring back. I never did it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think I just ever thought of it when I was on vacation. But my relatives would bring back like bootleg GBA cartridges, like the ones that had like a 101 games in them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Those always had like the worst games. Now that I think about it, I gotta like hit up my cousin and just see if I can buy some of those cartridges off of him, because I want to play some of those. Those had like, I remember going to his house just playing those GBA games, and like some of those games were legitimately good. I just didn't know what they were because they were in like untranslated Japanese, but they were fun games. If we're talking just media and not games, the weird thing is I've played games, but I don't actually play too many like weird obscure games. My friend Spencer, the Wasp guy we talked about last episode, he had a copy of Cookie and Cream, which was a PS2 game where you and a friend were supposed to play with the same controller. I think it was like it kind of had like Katamari
Dude,
vibes
that's
going.
cool.
But the idea was you would hold each side of the controller, and it was like a puzzle platformer-ish game where both of you are like on separate tracks, and the goal is just to get from run from the background to the foreground. It was kind of like Crash Bandicoot, where you're just running forward, but there'd be obstacles and puzzles, and like if you do something on your side, it would like open the gate on the other side, and one person would be Cookie and the other person would be Cream, like two rabbits, and the goal was to like get to the end basically. It was like a super cute, weird game. We didn't play too much because it honestly wasn't that fun, but it was a neat idea. And I think it's like one of those rare games that like you never see people like talk about. Man, more obscure.
That gameplay sounded a lot like Portal 2 co-op.
It kind of was like that, yeah. Except you were like cognizant of each other the entire time because you shared a screen.
I have mine now, and it's less of a
One last
specific...
thing, Inspector
okay.
Black Cat. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Inspector
Look
Black
that
Cat
up.
is good. That's a good one. Anyway, so I have two. The first one may not count because it's less of a video and more of just a genre of video, which we all enjoy. And I think it absolutely falls under the category of obscure media, but it is the timeless pastime of going onto YouTube, searching up any combination of words you can think of, and sorting by most recently uploaded. You will find so many 10-year-olds with a webcam.
So much garbage, like actual garbage, and then also so much good garbage.
There's like
You find gems. in
We've
there.
seen countless videos called video games in real life.
Oh my
And some of
God.
them are like just the funniest fucking thing. You could play a drinking game that would kill you if you looked up those videos and you took a drink every time you saw a kid punching a tree.
Yep.
That like
Hey,
What?
you know what? I just realized we have an audience. We can post a
Okay.
bounty.
Bounty.
There's a specific video called "Video Games in Real Life." That's just a kid watching a Smosh video titled "Video Games in Real Life," and whenever the Smosh Goblin says anything on screen, the kid will just like grunt and then hit his keyboard with the T-Rex.
Oh,
that
yeah.
video. So that video is one of the funniest ones. I'm pretty sure that one's gone forever.
If you can
I'm-
find that one.
Like, okay, it's probably gone forever, but if you know where that is,
if you can find that one, you can be on the podcast.
Good fucking luck finding any video titled Video Games in Real Life, because like Wayne said, I don't think I really understood like the magnitude of garbage that gets uploaded to YouTube on a fucking like minute by minute basis. Like, it is ridiculous. If you've never sorted by recently uploaded on YouTube, you should absolutely do it just to like take in the fact that YouTube servers are getting attacked second by second by garbage. Just complete and utter unwatchable, disgusting, worthless trash of data.
I am now imagining like Google's headquarters having speakers that plays the audio of every video being uploaded to it at once.
So just static then.
Yeah, I just imagine the fucking workers like covering their ears and like dying from the sonic attack.
Now see, I did this just this morning. I went on and I just searched my funny joke and then sorted by the most recent upload, and I got a kid who was like, "Hey, sorry if you watched my video the other day. It said I was quitting YouTube and it's not a joke. That was a joke."
See, it's just garbage.
my favorite is to type in
Oh,
phrases, but
yeah,
spell
that's
them
great.
wrong
Oh, hell yeah.
intentional. I think one of my most productive ones was "Don't walk this," where it's like "Don't watch this," but instead of watch, I spell WACH.
Yeah.
That produced a video that I have at least at one time donated to Wayne on his stream. It's just like a fucking. It's a kid playing a drum. Like, but
It's-
he's inside.
It's
a
like
cup or something,
impossible
and it
to
sounds
describe
terrible.
what that video is because there's so many layers. The webcam or whatever they're using to record is super low quality. The audio recording, it sounds like Cup doesn't even do it justice. I don't even know. It's so low bit rate, and he's like playing the drums but not really. Like, he's hitting the drums super quietly. It's honestly super bizarre. We should put a link to that in the fucking description
Hey,
too.
Yeah, this
That
video
video's
don't
great.
walk.
The reason I laughed was because I just wanted to prove this theory, and I just searched dumb kid in YouTube, clicked the last hour, and I found out that within the last hour, there's a video of a child called Brock Awesome is a Stupid Rock, and it's a picture of a boulder, and then, like, 3 seconds into the video, a picture of this kid's face, like, terribly chroma keyed, fades in on top of the rock, and it starts playing the Wombo Combo videos audio. Let me,
Yeah.
I'll link this to you guys
See?
really quick.
See,
Spicy
that kind of stuff.
Pepsi, like
All
a
right, hang
hot
on, we're-
lady. Spicy
gonna take a-
Pepsi, like a triple brand do.
See, that's
Do-do-do.
that's a famous video. That's not even.
Oh,
obscure.
really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not obscure.
that's
Yeah,
not
that's
obscure
not
at all.
obscure.
Okay. How
Can I
about
see
the
spicy?
video
My-
that's just 4 kids, like moving?
What?
I don't even know how to describe
Wait,
it.
are you referring to the one called like Kids in the Park where they move and it goes like brrrr?
No. I'll look it up.
We should move on, I think. We've been talking about this for 25 minutes.
Well, this was a good question, but to continue, my other one, and we won't spend a whole lot of time on this one because I think this will just be another one you really have to look up to get the full experience of. And actually, I guess it's a private video now, so I don't know. Maybe you can't even see it
Oh,
without the
should
link.
we even talk about it?
What? It's Fress.
Oh,
If you've
okay.
never seen Fress, do yourself a favor and find it somehow because it's.
I mean, it's just unlisted, right? We can post a link to Fress.
Yeah, we can
probably.
post a link to Fress. We'll post a link to Fress. There's not much to say about it just because it's entirely incomprehensible. Have fun. Just watch it.
It's so incomprehensible that the person who made it couldn't even make subtitles for their own words.
Yeah, it'll all make sense when you watch it. Just trust me. Go watch Fress.
All right, what's the next question?
For this next question, we have Blackjack who asks, What's a food item that isn't sold anymore or is rarely sold that you loved or still love?
Oreo O's.
Oreo O's?
They brought those back.
Really?
I don't eat cereal now.
Oh.
The ship has sailed. He doesn't eat cereal anymore.
This is a very, very, very easy question for me. It's dem bones.
What's that?
It was just candy shaped like bones, and I got it every Halloween. And then one year they just stopped making it, and I was fucking livid.
It got banned because kids were eating bones.
Too violent.
They were eating bones, expecting it to taste like the candy.
It was basically sweet
No, I was
tarts.
eating it expecting it to taste like bones.
It was basically sweet tarts in the shape of bones, but it was the fact of the matter of that was my Halloween candy, god damn it, and they fucking took it from
You
me.
didn't deserve it.
I deserved those bones. I want them bones.
Nah, just eat sweet tarts.
But they're not bone shaped. You don't get it.
Burger King is the worst fast food place. I think that's agreeable overall.
I agree.
The
Sonic is definitely bottom
Sonic has
3.
for burgers, yeah. I like Sonic's ice cream,
yeah.
and Sonic has mozzarella sticks. That's like really it's two pluses.
99% of Sonic's menu is hot trash, and it's got like
True.
1% good.
True.
Focus.
Why
I
did you say
should have answered that for the last question, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
But Burger King used to be like at the top of the food chain for fast food. Back in the day, when I was in middle school, they had BK burger shots, which were just like it was burger shots. You know what those are? Little tiny
Like a
burgers.
slider, right?
Yeah, it was sliders, but it was like 8 sliders,
Whoa.
like almost like connected, with like break off points, and you would just rip them apart and eat them one by one, and it was so good. It was better than anything else they had, and they never brought it back.
Aw.
Probably for logistics, you'd have to like get bread in that shape and like patties in that shape.
What other fast food items have gone the way of the
Well,
wind?
actually, yeah, I was about to say mine is also a fast food item from Taco Bell. It is the loaded potato griller, which
it's
they
still
know-
there.
It's
It
not
just doesn't
there,
have
right?
bacon in it
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not the same. It's not the same without the
I think
bacon.
you can add bacon.
Well, I don't
want
wanna
to
pay extra for bacon. It's not on the menu. You can't go and order a loaded potato griller. They'll tell you they don't have them anymore, so it counts.
It's called the cheesy potato griller.
Yeah,
now, and it
it's
doesn't
not
have the
loaded
bacon.
anymore. Bullshit. I get that too. It's okay, but it's not a loaded potato griller.
It's still okay.
Yeah. I just get a beefy Fritos burrito.
You know, I've changed my Taco Bell order is slowly changing. The other day they accidentally gave me a shredded chicken burrito instead of a shredded chicken mini quesadilla, and that shit was pretty good. And I've been ordering that now.
Betrayer.
They got ya.
I went to a combination Taco Bell and Long John Silver's this weekend,
Wow, it's disgusting.
and I walked in not knowing that. I thought it was just a Taco Bell, and it looked like it got bitten by a Long John Silver's mosquito or something, and it was like a rash slowly taking over the store because there's just like a small section of Long John Silver's aesthetic in the entire building, and the rest of it was just Taco Bell.
That's weird.
It's a Taco Bell with one fish on the wall.
Yeah.
It's like an organism that it's slowly taking over. You mean?
Yeah, it's like a parasite.
Who's winning?
Taco Bell for sure because they had the majority of the store, but.
Okay.
I think at the end we all lost though because I got like a beefy Fritos burrito that kind of tasted like wood.
Ugh.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
No.
I like
No,
the
that's
taste
bad,
of wood.
Wayne.
Anyways,
Like I'd lick a stick.
that's enough talking shit on Taco Bell. I'm about to talk shit about Whataburger
Oh,
because
yeah.
I have to tune this out because this doesn't exist. Where
This is
I live.
for all you Southern boys out there.
all them cowboys, all those cowpokes out there. What the fuck are they doing having a Buffalo Ranch? I'm so mad I can't even say straight.
What are they doing having a Buffalo Ranch?
Where are they growing
Let those buffalo free.
Why the fuck did they have the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich just randomly going off their menu?
That's what they do. They rotate out sandwiches,
That's what
and it
every
sucks.
fast food place does, though.
Well,
literally every fast food place does.
this is the only reoccurring sandwich that happens at Whataburger as far as I can tell. Because, like, there's the static menu items that never change. There's the ones that are there for, like, half a second and then they're gone, like the chorizo stuff that they had. And then there's the buffalo chicken strip sandwich, which appears, like, once every quarter and is then gone. It's like a fucking rare
Yeah.
Pokemon or something.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say it's like a shiny burger, you know? Like 1 out of every 1,000 times that you go through the drive-thru, it'll be there.
Why are they not making the shiny burger?
They also never advertise it and never
Yeah,
say
it's
whenever
like a
it's there.
prize. It's like, congratulations, you came on the right day. Here's your chicken strips.
I just go in and ask for it every time because I have no idea whenever it's there.
Just in case they're hiding it from
Hey,
you.
I'm switching back to Taco Bell for a sec. I don't go inside Taco Bell anymore. Do they
No,
still
never.
have? Do they
Chairs?
still have those things? Yeah,
They
chairs.
still have people.
Can you?
They still have tacos
Do
in there.
they still? They still have beef. No, do they still have those things that you could like drop coins into and you had to like land it on a like platform? You know what I'm talking about?
What?
No idea what
register?
you're talking about right now.
Register?
Yeah. No, every Taco Bell had this back in the day. Back when I worked there when I was in high school, and back when I used to go there like religiously with my friends. Back when we were fucking like Mountain Dew Dorito fiends for whatever reason. And they used to have this thing that was like it was like a plastic cylinder, and it had a rod in the middle, and attached to that rod were like more plastic little like platforms, and there was a slot for a coin, and you had to drop a coin in there and land it on a specific platform. And like depending on what platform you landed on, if you did it, you just got a free item. Like because
Wow.
the coins would be donated to like charity. So if you landed a quarter on one of the platforms, like you got a free burrito. If you landed like a dime on there, you got a free taco. If you landed a free nickel on there, you get like cinnamon twists.
You landed a free nickel on there.
If you landed a free nickel on there,
Can I get a free nickel? Please. I never asked before.
And like it was so hard. I don't know if they still have
It was a scam.
I think you worked at a combination casino and Taco Bell.
One of them, like I remember one of the options was a bean burrito, and I remember like they didn't have rules policing this. So if you were good at it, you could eat free forever, pretty much. Like I remember,
Totally why
I
it
remember,
went away.
I remember this. I have a specific memory working at this Taco Bell, of some dude coming in, and he did it 3 times, and it was just like, yeah, he did it like 3 times in a row confidently, and was like, yeah, 3 bean burritos, and he pointed to
Damn.
the fucking coins in it, and we were just like, okay, and like the manager came out and like gave him a funny look, but just we did it anyways because like there's no rule that says like you cannot do this 3 times. If you do it, you do it. We have to follow the policy. And that reminds me, never mind.
Yeah, hold off. I want to hear
Because
what
I've been going about Taco Bell for a while.
This is gonna be very anticlimactic. I don't eat a lot of fast food. I can't think
It's
of
not
a
fast
single
food only.
thing.
It doesn't have to be
Just
fast
anything.
food, but
I
it can be
can't.
anything.
I can't think of a single
candies,
thing that
no
I have
breads.
lost when
Okay.
it comes
Balk's
to
never
food.
experienced loss
There's
before.
there's no candy. There's no food item that I like miss that I can't get anymore. Like legit. I'm serious.
I think what that means is that Balp has the greatest taste of all time because everything he eats is so good it never goes away. It never goes out of fashion.
Fair enough.
He's got the perfect taste.
Like even the stuff I don't eat too much anymore. I used to eat like I used to get a lot of like the spicy chicken DiGiorno's pizzas. Those are still being sold, I think.
Yeah,
I used
probably.
to have a lot of like the White Rabbit like milk candies that are like import. And
That took me a fucking second to wrap my head around what the fuck you were talking about because I heard all of that not as a brand or a shape, but as an ingredient. So White Rabbit milk candy, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's rabbit meat and milk made into a candy?
Gross.
But no, yeah, White Rabbit is the brand, and it's like milk. Imagine like it's like a sweet imagine like condensed milk, but it has like the consistency. It's a little softer. It's got like the consistency of like toffee. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, no, they're kind of cheap.
Yeah, they're everywhere still. Like that's the stuff I
Kinda
like.
shitty.
So nothing I like is gone. So yeah, you guys need better taste, obviously.
All right, yeah. Balp laying it down, saying it like it is.
And before we move off of this one question, because it's still related to food, Wayne reminded me of something. He said like Wayne, you said you got the wrong thing and now you just eat that a lot.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, every story I have is when I was a kid. When I was a kid, We were going down the street, and I looked into a window. It was like a restaurant. And I saw a pizza someone was eating.
Stole it.
Took it right out of their mouth.
Before this, I'd never seen a pizza that had black olives on it.
I totally, okay, not to interrupt, I totally thought you were about to see I'd never seen a pizza before.
I've never seen a pizza before.
I've in fact seen 300 million pizzas.
What is this, meat and bread and cheese and sauce?
But I'd never seen black olives on a pizza before. So I was like, oh my gosh, I want to try that. And I told my mom, I was like, hey,
Oh
I
my
want to have one of those pizzas, a black olive pizza. And she's like, what are you talking about? And by the time she looked in the window, they just weren't there.
They ate the pizza. They finished it. Your mom didn't believe you that a black olive pizza was real.
That's just the way I was describing it. I was like, I want a black olive pizza. Let's have a black olive pizza. She's like,
What are you talking about? What are
Exactly.
olives?
She thought you got
So-
fucking possessed because you'd have to be possessed by a ghost to put black olives on your pizza, you freak.
Now you shut the fuck up.
Black olives are foolish.
I've never had an olive.
Too salty.
We go in, and she's like, well, he wants some, like, black olive pizza thing. And they're like, oh, he just wants some bread with cheese and black olives. And they say that to me, and I'm a kid. I'm like, yeah, I guess. That sounds
Why
like
would
a
they
pizza
ask
to
a
me.
child?
You know what they bring out to me?
What?
What?
Bruschetta.
What? How
They
did they
bring
get
out
confused?
Fucking, I don't know, but they bring out some fucking bruschetta.
They even have olives?
And I was
on it?
like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? This isn't pizza. And I eat it, and I'm like, well, I didn't want the pizza anyway. This is good.
I still think you're a freak for liking black olives.
Now I fucking love bruschetta.
Hey, I've never had an olive. Am I missing anything?
No,
No.
Green or black?
Don't bother.
they're gross.
Olives suck. I hate them.
Okay.
They're like salty little death pods.
You guys are fucking pussies. I love olives.
Too salty.
I'm a pussy because I like to eat good food and not bad.
They're like
Fucking-
grapes for idiots.
Yeah, they're like wrong grapes.
Whatever.
Next question.
No. I have a topic. Let's talk about foods that you can't understand why anyone else eats. Why would you ever eat a pear? It's just a worse apple.
What? No, they don't taste the same at all. Next question. I'm gonna revoke
right.
your chair. That's so stupid.
Should pears die?
King Music Man's asks, "Where did you get your username?"
Guess.
Who wants to start?
Yeah, Gur, tell us how you
Yeah,
got
girl,
your
where'd you get your
username.
username from?
It's short for girth.
I was in a dollar store and I saw a book and the guy's last name was Gurr and I was like, I'm his master now.
All right, there you go.
You fucked up child. You wanted to dominate this random man.
Yeah.
For the record, I don't think anybody knows because we always introduce him as Gur, but Gur's full username is Master Gur. So
Yeah.
that joke doesn't work unless you know that.
I got my username because I had to make an account name. I had to make a new username for YouTube forums, and I couldn't think of anything, so I closed my eyes, typed in 5 random keys on my keyboard, and this is what I got.
Typed in 5 random keys and wound up with 6 letters. And that's why you're out.
Oh, did I get the number of letters wrong?
Wait, no, Bob was correct. Bob was correct. He said 5 random keys. He hit A twice.
He did hit A twice.
That's true.
All right, well, I just blew up Log. He's banned from podcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Podcast jail.
Log, you can't say why you got your name because then you'll
Alright.
dox yourself.
I won't tell you.
I mean, okay.
that answers
well,
it in
Wayne,
and of
you want to go
itself.
then?
I can't either.
Yes, you
Why
can.
not?
Why can't?
I will tell your name story
He'll dox
for you.
himself.
I've went by many names. I've gone by many names in my life. My first one was Crazy Romeo when I played Toontown as a child.
Oh yeah.
But there was a lot of progression, Arconos, Arc, and then I was like, when I was a kid, I was like a preteen, I realized I started joining this group on Steam, the YouTube Poop Steam group, where this is where all this bullshit began, all these assholes
Funnily
you're
enough,
listening to right now.
I have another. We have a question after this one that you can talk
Yeah, I
more
won't go
about
into
that.
too much detail about that, but I was like, yeah, this name is dumb. I want a funny one. And then we were talking about Wayne Brady, the celebrity. So I was like, that's my name now. And I made my name Wayne Brady and then put my avatar as a picture of Wayne Brady. One of my earliest memories with one of my best friends, Scorpy, is us editing hats onto Wayne Brady. But so I went by Wayne for a while, and then jumped to a couple other names for like different websites, and I had a Tumblr blog. I used to be Captain Bew, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, yeah, I want a URL change. What should I do? And this one guy, Funkmeister Fish, who is an interesting person, very cool guy, very interesting.
Yeah, he's a
Just-
cartoon character. He pops out of the water. He's purple with a shirt and wears sunglasses.
he just said Wayne Radio TV, and I was like, he said like Wayne Radio something. Like, I don't think it was Wayne Radio TV exactly, or like Wayne TV Radio or something. I was like, that's cool. That rolls off the tongue. That's really good. So I stuck with that. And then that ended up being this channel's name and everything.
I love the story behind your name just because I've known you for so long now that whenever I think of the name Wayne Brady, I don't think of the famous actor. I think of you instead. Like, if somebody were to come up to me and start talking about Wayne Brady, it would probably take like a non-trivial amount of time for me to realize that they were talking about the real person and not you.
It is bizarre as well that it's just like a real person's name, but it's not my
I love
name.
it though. It's so good.
That's been brought up to me so many times, but just the internet culture that we like were raised with, just like it never occurred to us to stop calling me Wayne and start calling me my real name.
Yeah, no.
And that stuck with everybody else. Like Balb's name, his online name is gibberish. I can't call him his real name, even in public when I've met him in person.
He's just Balp.
I call him Balp. I can't help it.
And even to an extent, I was more comfortable being called fucking Gur than my real name.
I just called everybody by their usernames just because, I mean, like,
It's
you
just a
call them,
nickname at
yeah,
this
you
point.
call them a
Yeah.
username, but all a username is a nickname that you pick for yourself. Like, that's
That's
literally what it is. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with people calling me Trog because we'll segue into my story. Whenever I was in 6th grade going into middle school, I found out that RuneScape was a game that existed, and the rest of my life was ruined. I at the time was very much into homestarrunner.com, and I still am, and
Yes.
it's still amazing. And
Still
so
the
I chose because this was when was I in 6th grade? That was probably how old are
Yesterday.
you in 6th
That was
grade?
like 2006.
No. You're like 10,
2007?
right? You're like 10 or 11?
You're like 10, right? Right
Yeah,
Gur?
Gur, you're like 10 years old. No, you're like 10
Yeah.
whenever you're in
I mean,
6th
his
grade,
name
I
is
think.
Gur. I don't know.
Hey,
So it
fuck
was like
you.
2003.
It's true.
It was like 2003 or 2004, like around like the height of that era of Homestar Runner that was like the Trogdor era of Homestar Runner. And so I was like, I'm a kid. I just copy things that I like. I'm going to name myself Trogdor. And then I did. And I have never changed it ever since I was 10 years old or whatever. I'm 25 now. I've been
I just
You're on the same
Trogdor.
boat as me. You can't give me shit.
No,
I
but
just got hit.
go ahead.
I just got hit. No, I just got hit with a massive wave. Like, talking about Homestar Runner, I got hit with a massive wave of nostalgia for like my much older than me cousins, like showing me the virus Speemail.
Oh man, yeah.
And like just dying at my aunt's house over
Yeah.
that. And then we played, and then I watched them play Peasant's Quest. I thought it was the coolest thing.
I mean, I remember being in middle school and like 6th grade, and fucking Mondays were the best day because that was the day when the new Speemail would come out, and I would fucking watch it before I went to school, and I would go and talk to all my friends that were into it, and we'd all talk about all the good jokes that were in it. Oh man, I love Homestar Runner still, and it's still funny to this fucking day. It has
still
never
is.
lost its charm.
Did you ever send an email to Strongbad?
I never did. It never occurred to me that I could like do that as a kid.
I did, and like I didn't get it. I was like so obsessed with the idea, like, oh man, I'm gonna get my email read. What is in every other email? And I was like, so like they say crap a lot on Homestar Runner. I should just talk about shit. So that was that was the email. It was like, Dear Strongbad, all the kids at my school are talking about poop. How can I get as into crap as they are? Craply yours.
Oh,
Me.
man.
Like,
That's good.
that was
That's a
like
good
pretty
question.
much it. It was something like that.
My friends are into poop.
This kid sends the same email every week.
For the next week, I kept checking, like, oh man, did he do it? Did he do it? And he never did it.
That's very sad. But yeah, so that's how my name was Trogdor. Now it's it's stylized as Trog because I'm an adult now. So I gotta have a snappy, quick name.
Trog also works in person for him too, because it's like it starts the same way as his real name too.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something. It's like, yeah, these are nicknames, and these are also nicknames that people like me and Trog have been using for literally half of our lives.
Yep, over half.
We've been referred to by these names for half of our lives.
Shit goes by fast.
Mhm.
Did you guys? So you two. I mean, I guess this is a question for everybody. What were your names? Your online handles? Did you have online handles before these?
I'm trying to think.
I started with this one, and I'm ending with this one.
You'll be dead. You'll be 89.
Not really.
Yeah.
I like had different names for like different accounts, but like this is the one that I like stuck with for some reason.
I know. I mean, like,
so.
I obviously, yeah. I'm just
There-
mean, do you
there-
have any other ones that were like funny or good?
Not really.
Does the flaming lizard count?
I
Sure.
had so many. I remember all of my AIM names and my AOL names.
I'm trying to think if there was anything that I did before RuneScape, and the only thing that comes to mind was I was on a forum that it revolved around discussion about chow raising in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and like how to get the secret ones and like how to get the best ones and stuff. And I definitely was part of that forum, and I had to have had a name, but I absolutely cannot remember for the life of me what I called myself. But it definitely wasn't Trog, because it was before I had that name, I think.
A lot of my names have just been given to me now that I'm thinking about it. Wayne Radio TV was just given to me. Like when I changed my name, when I made an account for when I was named Wayne to something else, I asked in our group chat, hey, I'm coming up with a new name, someone just give me one. And this guy in our chat named Steg Blob said Steg rocks. So I was like, okay, and I just made my name Steg sucks, and I went with that for a really long time. I still use that on some things. So my first AOL name, like my dad helped me make an account. He's like, all right, what is your name want to be? I was like, I'm 5 at this point. I'm fucking like 5 or 6. And I'm like, and I'm like, what should my name be? Just like my real name? And he's like, no, you should like make it like something you like, something like what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, astronaut. And he's like, okay, astronaut Noah? And I'm like, no, astronaut Nick. Because I thought the name Nick was cooler than Noah because I liked Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
That's a good story.
Oh man.
Did Log actually not want to say his, or
I don't
was that
know.
a joke?
I mean, like,
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
People
no, I'm
don't
just
mind
asking if
full
you
real
want to.
name.
people just call me Log now. It used to be Logmore.
We say Logmore sometimes.
No one ever said Logmore. Like,
I say
like-
Logmore every now and again. That's like his
I mean,
full name.
sometimes it is your full name.
Log
It's
has a
your first
nickname.
name.
Log has a nickname for his nickname.
Yeah.
Like,
I say
yeah,
Logmore when he falls asleep.
it's like such a.
What?
It's like I'm a celebrity
That's weird,
couple, except I'm just myself. Because Logmore is just formed from my name, and Log. Sometimes I forget that Log isn't like a nickname for Logan.
It should be. It's cool.
Like, I'll just think to like refer to myself as Log in real life, and then I stop myself and wait, that's not what humans do. And,
Oops.
yeah, and so I don't actually say it, but then I'm thinking like, man, wouldn't it be cool? I
It
never had a
would.
nickname.
You should.
You could just be Log. Like, I don't think anybody would care. Like,
It's cooler than your real name. Like, honestly.
wow, fucking.
Yeah, your
oh,
real name
wow.
fucking
That's not an
lame.
insult. That you didn't pick your name.
That's true. I mean, I did.
If someone said you have a dumb name, like, you can't be offended.
You can legally change it. It costs like $25.
I'm fine with my name though.
God, I hate my real name. I don't mind being called my real name, but I hate it because of all the Christian old women that are like, "What a nice name!
wonderful name.
Where is your ark? Is it outside? Where are the animals? I hope you don't die in a flood." And I'm like, thanks.
them, all the animals coming on the boat?
Do old ladies really say, "I hope you don't die in a flood"? Because I don't believe that one.
Something like that, not exactly, but something like that was said. Like some old man was just like, "You're gonna make it through the flood, and we won't," or some shit like that.
Oh, the flood's coming. You better watch out.
Here's the real question. Were there 2 Bigfoots on the ark?
Why is that the real
We're
question?
not gonna ignore.
Next question.
All right, next question.
question.
Next question, heavily related to this one, and we don't have to go all the way into this, and this is sort of a collaborative answer anyway, but King Music Man also asks, when and how did all of you meet? Which has a rich and embarrassing history to it, so...
Here, I can get it short and sweet. YouTube Poop, 2006 through 2010.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Next question.
Yeah.
I met Log in a volcano, and we fought. And then I was like, wait, you're cool. Let's be friends forever.
And make YouTube poop and get really into YouTube poop.
Wow, he's so good. He's so good at Dota too.
Well, in particular, we all were into YouTube poop, and then we went to the forums, and then we went to the same Steam group chat room, and we would play like TF2 and stuff together, and that's how we found each other.
And
Yeah.
the
Specifically,
boys,
yeah.
the boys with Z, we like slowly clumped together. It took time. Like when we were in the chat, we weren't all like, oh hey, there's Bout, my best friend, and Trog, my best friend, and Gur and Log, my best friend. In fact, Log was there in the early days, but not as like deep into it as some of us other ones. In fact, I was there.
The only person that I associated with in like the high point of YouTube, whenever like the forum was still being used by all of us, was Trog.
Yeah.
Because we'd both play Dungeon Fighter online
Hell yeah.
and get into the same PvP room and then get matched up with each other and not touch each other
Yeah.
to make everybody else mad.
Oh man.
Like you threw off my train of thought. I don't remember what I was saying. I was about to say a sentence and I got cut off.
You were gone. You were
Oh, yeah,
gone.
I like left for a while because like I didn't think that I fit in that much, and I like played CSS and joined like Counter-Strike Source clans for a long time, and like that was dumb. That was some of the dumbest shit I ever
what
did.
a mistake.
I played so much Jailbreak. I spent so much time on Jailbreak and surf servers. Yeah, but like the group slowly come together, and like Log, I don't know, like he went in and out. He can talk about it himself. Like he went by Crashman at first, and then eventually like someone in chat was just like, "Hey, you guys use Skype? You want to do a Skype call?" And like we just did that a few times. And
We
that sucked to
never
Greta.
stopped.
And then we started playing Dota, and then one day Logmore showed up in chat, and like somebody was like, "Hey, this guy's really good at Dota. We should do an in-house with him." And we played Dota 2 with Log, and then suddenly he just like became our friend.
Do you remember the in-house where you fell asleep intentionally mid-lane?
Yes,
That was
I
great.
absolutely do. And was I up against you, Log? Were you Nyx and I was Tinker?
Something like that.
Was that it, or
Was it
the
Moopy?
joke was that you were laning against someone we knew who was bad, so we were like, "Don't worry, just go
It
to
was
sleep.
Moopy.
We'll still win."
I
No,
wasn't
I
even
don't-
there. I remember
I
it
don't
being
know.
Moopy.
Because it was either that or I was laning against Log, and I was scared I would lose, so I fell asleep.
I was so
was
scared I
something like
fell
that.
asleep.
Okay, completely unrelated. Well, like semi-related. But today I saw a man. His name was John Tinker, and I just like I heard in my head Tinker, and I
Yeah.
really wanted to play Tinker in Dota 2. Man, I wish Dota 2 was a good game because there's so many things I love about it.
It is a good game. That's the scary
not.
part. It's everything around it.
Yeah.
It's all the people that play it that suck.
It's like Valve half implementing features. It's like other players.
No, here's what it is. It's an amazing game that's unplayable. That's like it takes too long. It's too frustrating. It's so much time spent for such little reward. But continue with who else has meeting.
I mean, that was it. I
that's
pretty
pretty
much
much it.
stayed with the YouTube like Steam group. At some point, I think all of us stopped going to the forum.
Well, we got a Mumble server, and then we just all started hanging out there and spending less time in the Steam chat.
Yeah.
And then eventually, whenever Discord got big, we stopped paying for the Mumble server and switched to Discord. And
Mumble
Here
was
we are.
that good shit. I miss
Mumble was pretty fun.
And now we've all met each other in real life, except for me and Log.
I haven't met Log either.
Have you two really never? still?
September.
Oh yeah, that's right. September. You guys are going somewhere.
The tyranny of distance has closed.
And I
Yeah.
mean, we only met Trog. It took us a while to meet Trog.
Yeah,
That
I mean, I
happened,
only met
like-
them for the first time in February or whenever PAX was.
In April.
Was the first meetup Log and Trog meeting each other when Log
Yeah.
moved to Texas?
Yeah,
that
I
was the very
convinced
first one?
Log. Well, I don't want to get too deep into our fucking personal lives, I guess, but I
Yeah.
convinced Log to go to the college that I was going to because I needed more friends, and he went there.
And as it turns out, it's like one of the best choices you can make if you want to do computer science.
Yeah.
So
But not if you have no money. You can't do it then. But
Yeah.
Let's
we know
move
that
on
feeling.
to another question.
wait. So meetup wise, did Erarg and Flood happen before that?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. I think
Yeah.
no.
I don't think it did.
That was
It happened after.
after. That was definitely
after.
after.
That was accidental. That shouldn't have happened.
That was-
the
that's-
that's scary.
That shouldn't have happened.
yeah,
You kidding me? I'm glad it happened. That's
That
the
happened.
funniest
That
shit.
happened, and then after that, I met Log. Who? Anyone here? No. It was just Log. Nobody else who went on that trip is actually here. So I
No,
don't even
yeah,
need to talk
just
about
Log.
that. A bunch of other people.
I still haven't gotten to meet like Erarg. I look forward to that. Anyway, Let's do another question. How about that?
Hey, I have a very quick question to you guys.
Sure.
While recording this podcast, what have you been looking at?
The questions.
I've been looking at my levels because I'm trying to make sure nothing happens to my recording.
I've been looking at two files on my desktop. One is a picture of Pillsbury Doughboy and it has like a stamp on it that says racist, and another one is a file that I'm like inspecting it because I just noticed it. It's on my desktop, deathrelics.file, and it's 400 megabytes. I don't know what it is.
What?
Don't touch it.
What?
Don't
touch
open it.
You're gonna get cursed.
Be careful.
I've just been staring at the food that I want to eat.
Here's an easy, short question for everybody to answer. Volp asks, cat or dog?
Dog.
Dog, for sure, for me as well. Which is ironic because I live with 3 cats and I own 1 cat, but I do
I
like
love cats,
dogs
but
more.
dog all
Yeah.
the way.
I love them both, but I like dogs more.
I'm gonna say both because I don't care.
You gotta pick one, Greer.
So I've
Cat, dog.
Fuck you.
I'm Chinese, so I've never really had any pets 'cause I couldn't afford them.
I'm not sure how
and-
those two statements
Oh,
coincide.
they go together, all right. Don't worry. I think if I were to have a pet, I'd probably be happier if I had a cat.
You seem like a cat person to me, Balp.
I don't. The one thing I can't get over, I don't like that dogs have to shit outside.
Yeah.
Which is not a problem. You know what? I wouldn't mind picking up the poo because they make like, you know, bags, and it seems like a pretty efficient or a pretty like clean process. You never, you know, you take a baggie or whatever. But like if it's like New England weather, I do not want to
Yeah.
go outside with a dog
For
in a
sure.
snowstorm.
I need to propose something to you. If someone was to listen to this podcast, they could ISO you saying, I like shit. I wouldn't mind picking up the poo.
Hearing Balp talking about not owning an animal before, I want to buy you a pet, Balp. I want to see what an animal raised by Balp acts like. I think that would be
What
so
do you mean?
interesting.
What do you mean, though?
It would eat
Because
at the table with him.
Because Balp, I could say you are the most interesting person I've ever met, and I would love to see how an animal under your care, like, ends up. I think you do a great job. I'm just interested because pets take on the personality of their
right,
owners.
I know that, but are you trying to say that if I owned a dog or a cat, it'd be like a freak of nature?
No, not at all. Not
it would
at
eat
all.
at the table. It would be
Well,
just,
okay,
okay,
I'd force it to ride a tricycle, but aside from that,
by ideal, any pet that you get will be obsessed with dinner.
That's
true.
definitely true.
Hey, Bulb, you know, if you get a cat, you can train them to shit in the toilet.
yeah, I know that. That's also why cats go above dogs.
I'm gonna buy Balp a cat. Whenever Balp comes down here to Texas, I'm gonna take him to the
You're just
animal
gonna
shelter.
spring an animal on me?
I'm gonna take him to the animal shelter and buy him a cat.
Hey, you said a pet. What if it isn't a cat or a dog?
No, it's got to be a cat. You said you wanted a cat. I'll get you a cat.
Well, what if you get me a monkey or something crazy like that?
Where am I gonna get a monkey from? All right.
Don't
Texas
get him
is
a
a
monkey.
big
That's bad.
place.
That's bad for the monkeys.
What about Log? What do you say? What say you?
You know, I'm allergic to cats, but I kind of agree with.
Are you
Val.
allergic to
Like,
cats? I'm sorry. I shouldn't invite
Yeah,
you over
I
so
get it.
much.
Get a Sphinx cat.
No, I like them though.
You're killing him. You're slowly killing him.
murdering my friend.
He's too nice to say no.
I like cats though, and I probably prefer to have one over a dog. I wish they'd come out with like a self-maintaining dog.
Yeah.
Come on out.
Cats
with
are definitely easier to care for than dogs, on the whole.
I will say this. This was a binary choice, but if I were to have a pet, I think a falcon would suit me very well.
I agree.
Something that has blind
talked about this
obedience to its
so many
master and
times.
can attack.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you could make
So
a
a
dog,
dog.
do that too.
You could
Yeah,
make a dog
dog-
do that.
A dog
Can't fly though.
fights for its food. A falcon fights
Okay,
because it has the
I think you
instinct.
should become a falconer. Once the world has reached cyberpunk, a cyberpunk falconer, that'd be so cool.
It'd be pretty sick.
Wouldn't that just be
um,
like he has a drone instead?
Yeah, why would you
No, it's a cyber falcon. It's
because
different.
because although you use the tantalizing the great all the great things of the cyberpunk future, you still choose to commune with nature. through the
Okay.
through the
I
Falcon.
Through
want
the
a
Cyber Eagle.
homunculus.
You can't have that.
I do like the idea of somebody holding out their arm and it's just a drone that lands on their arm.
I don't like that idea because I'd rather have it be a Falcon.
All right. Do you want to do
Hey,
another
did you know
question?
that the featured song from Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius is Jimmy Neutron theme?
What? We're recording
Moving
a
on.
podcast,
I don't
you know.
care about
The
that.
other thing I've been looking at while watching this podcast is a Google entry for Jimmy Neutron movie year. So I've just been
You're
looking
watching
at
it
Why?
already?
No, because I was trying to figure out how old I was when Jimmy Neutron was out.
Okay.
I'm gonna edit the podcast and just cut off to say I was trying to figure out how old I was.
Next
all right.
question.
Next question. We have JPEG who asks, if you had to choose a type of media to totally obliterate from this plane, what would it be? Like a specific show, movie, or game?
Specific show, movie, or game.
They say type of media, but then they say
Oh,
specific
I know
show,
already.
movie,
I
or
know
game
already.
at the end.
Osumatsu-san.
What's that?
Whatever it's called.
You don't like
it's-
that, huh?
It's an anime where every character looks the same, and I think it's funny. I think it's supposed to be funny. I would love to go the rest of my life without ever seeing a fucking picture of those people again, of those characters. I might change my answer though if you guys can think of something better, or if I can think of something better.
It's a good question. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I hate enough.
Oh, a good one would be Alvin and the Chipmunks. Anything Alvin and the Chipmunks gone
No,
forever.
because I can ignore that. It has to be something so bad that like you can't ignore it.
That's the inherent problem for me. There's nothing that I would just want gone from this earth.
If you pick Fortnite, the world would be dramatically changed.
Oh my god. Fortnite just ceases to exist.
It would be. It's like the butterfly effect, except instead of a butterfly, you blew up a building. Like
So
that's
not the
kind of.
butterfly effect.
But it is. You deleted Fortnite. How does the time change?
But it's like building explode effect.
I'm not sure if this just says obliterate from this plane. It doesn't say retroactively remove, so I think the damage will have been done. It's just like you wake
Okay,
up
no, then
tomorrow
that's
and
so
Fortnite
funny.
is
I would
gone.
pick Fortnite because all of the fucking like children online is being, where did Fortnite go?
And it's
Why
like
can't we
nobody
play it
knows.
anymore?
Nobody knows where it went. Like Epic Games is just like scrambling around like we lost Fortnite. It's gone. We don't know what happened. The code has disappeared.
They start to re-enter the first function of the code and it just gets deleted and they can't type it in. They keep trying to put it back into the
Yeah.
fucking.
They're just typing the word Fortnite over and over and it keeps getting erased.
All backups were mysteriously destroyed.
No, everyone knows what it is. The word can the word even be said anymore?
No, it's gone. It's obliterated from the plane.
Everyone knows what Fortnite is, and everyone knows like that it had been there, but no one can say Fortnite anymore.
It's like Kingdom Hearts 2.
Every 12-year-old is crying, and they can't tell their parents why.
If you try to say Fortnite, it comes out as
It comes out as just static.
I think if I could destroy any kind of media, it would be meme compilations.
Yeah, those kind of suck.
Those
I
don't
think
need to
anything like that.
exist.
You know, I'm gonna use my power for good. I'm gonna say the type of media that should be removed is any sort of YouTube compilation where there's no thought put into it and it's just blatantly ripping off content creators' stuff and putting it into a format that gets more views. I think anything like that can go because that's just plain fucking mean.
Yeah,
Like,
considering that I don't watch television like normally anymore, I think I'd have to agree with Trog. Like, it was bound to happen eventually because the way the content works is like the heat signature has only gone up. Like, things have only gotten faster. So like now it's valuable to just like download a bunch of crap off YouTube, re-edit it, and just throw it up there.
Bam, new
Like,
video,
it,
bam,
like,
new
like,
video,
like
bam,
it's
new video.
like it's economical to do
Yeah.
that now. So someone will do it because it will just generate like at least a trickle of money.
Yeah.
Someone will do it. It's
And I
like,
think-
but you shouldn't. It's like it's stupid.
And the most malicious ones are not even the ones where it's just like a normal compilation. It's like fucking React videos. I know they're already hated to death by a lot of people, but like to me that is such a lazy format, and not only is it lazy and derivative, but it's stealing. Like you're putting your face in the corner of somebody else's video and getting views from it, and it's like bad. It's like fuck off.
I want to play devil's advocate to an extent here, where it can be okay in very hyper-specific situations. Like, Rich Evans of Red Letter Media watch the new Neil Breen trailer.
No, see
that entertained me.
There's a difference there. You like
if you're
That's
like
also getting the content of the Neil Breen trailer out to a bigger
Yeah.
audience. Like
But
a
if
lot of
it's
people
like-
wouldn't have seen that.
if it's like Tommy's in his bedroom with his webcam pointed at his face while he watches YouTube poop. No, what are you doing? Stop.
like I really only have a problem with it if it's obvious that they are trying to capitalize off of it, such as like making money off of it. I think that's messed up. I think that, I'm all for fair use and stuff like that, but I think that there's definitely a line between something being, oh, I took this and I re-edited it to be something different. I remixed it or whatever. That's one thing, but it's so lazy to just take somebody else's work and slap yourself in the corner and make funny faces at it. I think
My
that's
face is there. That's
gross.
mine now.
There is going to be a tipping point because what I noticed, what I found on YouTube a few weeks ago is people are doing that with music now. People are doing
What?
like these like first listen reaction videos. But the thing is, they're not doing it for like new music or music no one's ever heard about. It's like, oh yeah, watch me to react to Steely Dan. It's like they're just going.
Who
they're
the
just
fuck
like,
wants to see that?
I don't. Apparently, this guy had a few thousand views, but like, it's like these people just pick a genre of music. They pick a genre of music. They just look at the top artists for that genre. Like, oh, am I gonna like this rapper that everyone else likes? Am I gonna like this band that everyone else likes? The answer is always yes. They always like the music, and it's like the record companies don't mess around. So I'm wondering where the tipping point is, because they're just gonna be like, wait a minute, you're just talking over like a track that we own. Like, are they gonna throw the hammer down on that?
What's happening, YouTube? It's Big Gamer 96 here. I'm about to do my reaction video for my first listen of Trance 009 Sound System Dreamscape. I've been really looking forward to this one. And then the video changes. Today I will teach you how to install Sony Vegas for free.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm gonna listen to CSS AM radio station loop for the first time for 10 hours.
But it's only going to play when I look at RRG.
Nobody gets that.
You get that if you watch the streams.
Your thing about the Sony Vegas tutorial is not even accurate because they would never speak. They would use fucking notepad.
No, that was me narrating like a Windows Movie Maker transition text. That's what I was imagining in my head, not speech or notepad. Notepad is even worse. Yeah, man, I miss the aesthetic of like 2007 when everyone was making tutorials and nobody knew how to use a computer.
Everyone
or
was
record
making
footage.
tutorials,
Fuck
but nobody
that.
had a microphone for some reason.
I hated that even as a fucking kid. I wanted to hear someone speak.
I miss it as an adult. Like being a kid and trying to find someone and like watching those fucking videos. Like I hated learning things from those videos if I was forced to do it. But like I get so happy if I see a fucking modern tutorial and someone's like I've seen in like the last year, I think we've all seen this video because I remember it was in SyncTube. I think it was in SyncTube. It was like someone giving a tutorial. They were recording Google and were typing into the Google search bar and then deleting it.
That's
Oh,
some
yeah.
next level shit.
That's like next level. Does your computer not have notepad?
All right, one more question.
What about? Well, wait. I don't think Did you get one?
Well, I'm kind of like a chimpanzee with a gun when it comes to that question.
In what way?
Because like I could shoot just about anything really at any given time. Like I don't know. I'll name 3:
All right.
Overwatch, Darling in the Franxx, and 6ix9ine.
All right. I don't know what those last two are, but I know what Overwatch is.
6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, I think he's referring to.
Those are animes, I think.
That's a man. You're killing someone in
I
this
don't know
case.
who that
I mean,
is.
Well, I mean, he could be
True,
gone.
it's so true. He should be gone. He really should be gone. I don't like seeing him.
Can you explain for those who do not know what those last two things are? Everybody probably knows what Overwatch is, but I am personally
I
not
don't.
familiar with those other
Please
two.
explain Overwatch now.
You ever play TF2?
No, please explain that too once you're done.
Darling in the Franxx is like some anime, I guess. I've only ever seen images of it, but in that one video clip of somebody like playing a scene from the show, except instead of the characters talking, it's dogs barking.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. This fucking show is a shame because
It's like a fucking it's like a robot mech thing, except it's like a romance thing. I think it's just like some fan service stuff.
It is.
I don't know. They just kind of like use Studio Trigger's name to advertise it, but I don't think that they're actually involved.
No, that's the fucking shame that I'm talking about. You know who's in charge of the animation for the fight scenes? Fucking Imaishi, the guy who did Gurren Lagann. They're wasting that guy on this shit.
All I know is that I haven't seen it. I don't really know if it's quality
No.
or not, but I have noticed that there's like a larger influx of people that are just wearing shirts that are like just all pictures of an anime girl, and it's always the one from that show.
It's the darling. It's the darling. The plot of that show is like, to pilot these robots, you need to fuck somebody in it. I think that's what it is.
Huh.
Like
What?
you have to have a boy and a girl, and you gotta fuck someone in the robot.
What?
you
That
gotta
does not
fuck
surprise me,
someone
knowing what I
inside the
know
robot.
about Japan's declining birth rate.
Like, there's a
Um,
scene in that show where like the characters are like, "Did you know you can have sex to make a child?" And like, and the other person's like, making
Is that where
a
that's
baby
from?
wouldn't be so bad. No, that part's banned.
Not just to pilot a robot? You mean there's more to it than just piloting a robot?
No, like they have sex in the robot, but I'm pretty sure like the other character, but they're like, no, our officers like say, don't finish, don't come.
What the
Like-
fuck? All right, now I do want to watch this show just
Yeah,
because
now
I gotta
do
see
wanna
what
watch
the fuck
it. You
is
just
going
sold
on.
me on this.
Don't come in the robot.
Yeah, that's a lot more than I thought.
No,
it
I'm
was.
pretty sure I'm lying
But,
about everything I just said.
Well, I've definitely seen screen caps of what you were describing.
I'm close.
I just think you're
Yeah.
close.
No,
Fuck!
no.
Cut out Bob talking about
but
liking
anyways.
shit and picking it up, not me coming.
Anyways, I just know there's a larger influx of people just wearing those shirts of all anime girls on it. And one of those guys was like a dude that was on the Evo stream, and he got fucking
Destroyed.
rolling death cradled by
Yeah.
Lil Majin.
Oh yeah, Majin.
Oh, yeah.
destroyed his ass. Majin broke
He
him.
got completely owned. That was great.
Yeah, so really, I can save my shot. 'cause
He
Lil
already
Majin's
destroyed
already
it.
doing it.
What was the last one though?
6ix9ine is a rapper, and he's like one of the mumble rappers,
yeah.
you know. I only heard one of his songs, and it kind of sounded like a field recording.
Of what, Chernobyl?
I don't know. It was like somebody chanting, and then Nicki Minaj came on,
And she
then
started
somebody
chanting.
again.
Is he like 4'6"?
I
No,
don't
he's
think
6'9".
He's 6'9".
I feel like I don't know his exact height, and I've never seen like a picture of him next to someone. I feel like, but wait, never mind, because I have seen a picture of him next to someone. That's why I think this is he short as fuck?
Probably.
Is he like a little gremlin?
I don't know.
There's a lot of rappers that are just really
Probably.
small.
As far as I know, like the song wasn't good, but he's also like a child molester.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's
great.
not
That's
good.
All of
super.
his shows are like, oh, it's okay, like 13 and up, it's fine.
What? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
and he's just getting away with it because 2018, man.
What the hell?
I think that he left the country.
Well,
though.
good.
Oh, really?
Stay gone.
I thought that was the case with him, but I don't know. That was the thing with him, is that there's child molestation at accusations. I think there's like video proof.
And let me guess, people are defending this guy because they're dumb.
Because he's a rapper and they like his music, and that's what you do if you're stupid.
The first time I saw a picture of him, I thought it wasn't real because his face is covered in tattoos, his hair is rainbow colored, he's got Skittles attached to his teeth.
What? That's pretty wild.
How does he not eat them?
He looks like an abstract clown. And really, it's a combination of features that really make him into just like a horrible human soup that needs to be poured down the drain.
I agree.
So
Hey, I changed my answer. I'd probably be a much better person if you deleted all animes that I watched up until the year 2008.
But did you watch Dragon Ball? Did you watch Dragon Ball?
Oh fuck.
How many somersaults can each of you do in a row?
On the ground or in the air?
I'm gonna say on the ground. Because I can do
Wait.
0 in the air.
Which one's the somersault?
I'm pretty sure technically somersaults are not somersaults unless they're in the air. Otherwise,
Oh.
it's just you rolling.
Oh, then none.
Yeah, I was just thinking rolling on the ground.
No, but I think people consider.
Oh, no, wait.
I think people.
I can do one.
You can do a flip.
Is that a somersault?
I can't do a flip.
It's jumping in the air and like spinning.
I can do half of one and then die.
Can I land on a bed?
Are you explaining what a flip is?
I don't think I can do a somersault, actually.
I'm pretty sure, like, technically the definition of somersault is to do that, like, jump in the air and, like, do a cannonball and spin forward. But, like, I think people call it that when you're on the ground, too.
Dumbest way you've ever injured yourself.
I let my friend jump over me, and he hit me in the head, and I got knocked the fuck down.
Wow. Oh, sorry. That question is asked by Ray. And that the somersault question was asked by Volpione. Sorry, I forgot to read your name.
I'm gonna have to think about this for a minute.
I cut my finger trying to throw a bowling ball
Why were you trying to throw a bowling ball?
to knock down the pin.
How did you cut
Were
your
you
finger
overhead
then?
throwing it?
Well, I'll leave how I cut my finger up to imagination.
Okay.
But
You got stuck in it, and it dragged you all the way to the end?
threw the bowling ball and I got a cut at the end of it. And that's that.
There was some sharp plastic in there. I want to elaborate more on my friend jumping on me real quick. Or jumping over me. There was a drainage ditch.
End of story.
And that's the end of
And it
that
was-
story.
And it was...
I jumped in.
and it was about the same height as me, and then my friend was like, wouldn't it be cool if I could just jump over? He was like, yeah, dude. So he did it a couple times. He's like, I'm gonna get another running start on this one. It's like, okay. And he jumped, and his foot got caught on my head, and it was like summertime slam season city fucking.
Summertime slam season slam. What did you say?
Summertime Slam Season Slam City.
I got laid the fuck out, and the wind knocked right out of me.
Ooh.
And when you're a kid and you get that, and that happens to you for the first time, you think you're going to die.
Yeah,
you think
no,
that's it for you.
absolutely. It's funny that you say that because mine is definitely the time. Dumbest way I've ever injured myself. Pogo stick. I was on a
I can
pogo
already
stick.
imagine.
And it fucking it slipped out from underneath me. I landed right on my ass and got got the wind knocked out of me. And yeah, just like you were saying, Gur, it had never happened to me before. And it freaked me the fuck out. I did not understand what getting the wind knocked out of you felt like until then. It was like, oh shit, I can't breathe for some reason.
Yeah, my friend got like scared and ran away and left me there.
What a good friend.
Holy shit.
I wasn't his friend anymore after that.
I think
My
that's
answer
fair.
is a real quick one. I had a Disney's Pixar Tarzan Happy Meal toy in one hand and a stapler in the other. They were fighting each other. And I ended up stapling myself in the thumb, which I also pulled out myself.
That was making a stapler and Tarzan fight each other. Holy shit.
All right, put it at the end it.
Yeah,
end it.
I think
I don't
that's-
even have an answer, and
I
it would
think
not
that's
be better than that
gotta
one.
be the end.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We asked where do we begin, but we figured it out.
Here we are at the
We
end.
know where we're ending.
We didn't know where we would begin, but we know when we were ending. So thank you so much for listening. Make sure to, if you want to ask questions here, you can join our Discord. It's going to be in the link below. If you like more episodes of, we're going to make them. They're coming.
They're coming. Get ready.
Just wait.
I don't know how to. Someone else do an outro.
There it is.